Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
Hi, welcome to another episode of News from the World of MBA, where we take a look at 5 of the top headlines in the past week. In this episode, we'll take a look at the details of why 17 American states so far have sued Donald Trump's government and why the autonomy of the IIMs may be under doubt after a directive from the MHRD. Let's dive in. I'd like to begin this episode on a good note. After many episodes of reporting layoffs across so many companies, including Swiggy, Zomato, Uber, etc., we now have some very good news that's been brought by the chairman of Wipro, who has announced that the company has no plans to lay off any employees due to the pandemic. Wipro has also not laid off any employee during this pandemic and has resorted to driving cost cutting through various operational methods. Currently, about 95% of all Wipro employees are working from home, and over the next year or two, the company plans to introduce a hybrid model of work, which is a combination of work from home and working from office. IIM Calcutta has made the official announcement that the new incoming MBA batch will begin its first term online. In the previous episode, we also reported how IIM's Kozhikode, Rohtak and Amritsar have also made similar announcements. This is very expected, given that as of the date of publishing this video, India has the third highest number of cases and counting, and campuses are very unlikely to start given the safety concerns. In fact, even before campuses have started, one IIM has already reported a coronavirus case amongst its staff members. Now, the only question that remains to be answered is how long will students continue to study online and pay lakhs of rupees for a campus experience but receive only an online experience? Is it fair to them? I'll keep you posted on updates around this. One of the biggest headlines from the past week has been the MHRD's directive to the IIMs, saying that the institutes cannot award degrees for their one-year executive programs. The MHRD has said that by awarding these degrees, the IIMs are in violation of the UGC Act of 1956. Currently, the IIMs, which used to give PG diplomas for their executive management programs, have now started offering MBA degrees for these programs. Earlier this year, it was noted that the MHRD had opposed the idea of IIMs giving out MBA degrees for their one-year program, saying that India had no provision under the UGC regulations for a one-year MBA degree and that the master's program had to be a minimum of 2 years. An IIM director has told the Business Standard, anonymously, that the MHRD's directives would cast doubts on the autonomy of the IIM. And another IIM director has gone on record to say that the IIMs have united to tell the government to either leave them alone or modify the conditions of the directives. The Trump administration in the US recently announced revised visa guidelines for international students in the US, which essentially forces foreign students to either attend classes in person on campus or lose their visas and go back to their home countries. This is in the background of the White House's push to open up colleges and schools in the US, despite the threat of it not being safe to do so. The United States has the highest number of cases of coronavirus. Now, attorney generals of states, universities like Harvard and MIT, and even top companies like Facebook, Google, and Microsoft have joined a lawsuit against the Trump government. This decision by the White House has been called temper tantrum policymaking, with accusations that Trump is using foreign students to push the White House's agenda of opening up schools and colleges in the US. The White House's stance is that allowing international students to study online in the US is a security risk for the country. Now, given the paucity of time in these episodes, I've given you just a brief gist of this headline. There's a lot more background to this decision by the White House, such as the immigration authorities' question that if classes are online, why do students need to be in the US at all? And the counter argument by top universities to that very claim. If you're interested in studying in the US in the near future, I strongly recommend you start with reading more about this controversy in detail to stay clued in, because it may be of help to you in the future. And now we go on to the final headline in this episode. IIM Nagpur One of the third generation IIMs currently being mentored by IIM Ahmedabad has doubled its intake for its MBA batch from 120 students to now 240 students. IIM Nagpur also plans on shifting to its new campus in November this year, and this campus would cater to the infrastructural needs of 600 odd students. With this, we end this episode. I'll see you next week with more updates from the world of MBA and business. In the meantime, you can check out our previous episode. Thank you.